Good morning, everyone. 6:58 a.m., Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Eastern Daylight Time, September 2nd, Wednesday morning. Here's Streetlight Observatory, Bryan, Texas, showing the Nibiru sun in color, lit up by the moon, ghosting across the screen up here on the fisheye lens. And here it is here, showing up as an orange ball. Some of the debris field. Here we're catching a purple image for the first time. Things, they are changing. Like I said, fluid and dynamic situation. This is the first one I found that wasn't cloudy. Here we have it here in the spread view, coasting down. Remember the last video yesterday left off? The sky was looking purple. Now we're getting a purple image here. Looks like of the Nibiru sun. It's projecting quite large. We'll have to see if it shows up anywhere else. Got the summer of the day column here, but the one for the daytime is obscured by chem clouds. Here's the one with the moon. So we, excuse me, we can't compare anything here, but it looks like it perhaps could be showing a little clearer. And like I said yesterday, I'm expecting these images to be almost equidistant between sun and the moon in Nibiru and the sun in Nibiru. Here's Deer Lick Astronomy Village, Georgia. It's between Augusta and Athens. I looked it up on the map. We got a false dawn showing up at 6:02, 6:09 rather. Here's the moon, showing some debris field. And there's that object again alongside the moon. Like I showed you yesterday, there's no planets anywhere near the moon, so how close that object is, it's hard to say. But here's the sunrise in Augusta, Georgia at 7:02. It'll be a little bit later there at Deer Lick, where the sky cam is, because that's a little bit west-northwest of Augusta, between Augusta and Athens, Georgia. There's Winter Haven, Florida. So that's roughly in the same longitude as Deer Lick, Georgia, I would think, roughly. Here we have the false dawn and showing up the moon real bright when the light hits it. Still showing that image up near the moon here in this camera. Single column's not showing anything. Too cloudy, and there was no single column image in that previous sky cam in Georgia. San Francisco Bay Area, the false dawn showing up here at 3:35 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Submit to you that's coming quite a bit earlier. I don't know. Could be wrong. There's the moon. Even though there's some clouds up there, you can see some debris field, it looks like. No single image view here. Here's Belgium, Europe. Got a winged disc coasting across up here on the fisheye lens. Single column image here. See, it's about 1 o'clock out there. Nothing showing up here. Too cloudy. Okay, here's a good one. Trenton, Maine. Got a little bit of the false dawn showing up, it looks like. But we got a good summary of the day, single column image here, so we can compare. Here we go. There's the sun, the Nibiru sun. I think this is the one we were looking at yesterday as well. Here's the moon, the Nibiru sun. They would appear to be equidistant, if not a little closer to the moon now. So if you remember, this was maybe down here yesterday. This would have been up here a little bit. So it's definitely close to some ground, without a doubt. It's incoming. And like I said, it's right between the Earth and the Sun. So if you flip this image 90 degrees, brings it out here. Flip this image 90 degrees left. About halfway now between the Sun and the Moon, and the Earth being over here. We're directly still in the headlights of this thing. Here's Hong Kong. It's usually been raining over there. Pull this image up to show you the purple sky. That's quite odd. I haven't been seeing a purple sky until the last few sky cams yesterday. I showed you later in the morning. They were, one was in California, Pine Mountain, and the other was on the East Coast. Wow, this is a new sky cam. I just pulled it up. And look at here. Why did they put this thing in here? June 7th, showing Mountain Daylight Time, obviously at night. And we got the supposedly the sun ghosting through. I would submit to you that they put this up just to throw us off here, folks. Yeah, they're pretty tricky. There's no freaking way this is a real image. Something they doctored. I would bet on it. 100%. And they just threw that in there to throw the whole thing off. But I'll show it to you. Okay, here's the next sky cam. We've been watching this one in Carrizozo, New Mexico. Here we can see it ghosting across up here. So it must be being reflected by the moon. That previous one was never on the sky cam list. And why would they just put it on 9 now and then be posting an old June 7th image other than to throw us off? It's too funny. Too funny. Oh, I forgot to mention too, remember I told you the IRAS infrared space telescope got taken out? Whenever these images started showing up, and Google Lucifer 1 and Lucifer 2 telescopes in Mount Graham, Arizona. They're run by the Vatican. Both infrared telescopes. Think the Vatican knows this thing's coming in? Here we got Scandriglia, Italy. And why would they name them Lucifer 1 and Lucifer 2? Well, the Vatican's a nest of demons, folks. A nest of demons. Here's the wing disc coming through in Scandriglia, Italy. Been getting good shots there. There's the sun. Catch some debris field around there, even though the clouds are popping through. Here's Firetail Observatory, Central Texas. This has been clouded over lately, but we're catching it here tonight. Still nighttime out there, Central Daylight Time. Got the false dawn at 6:15 a.m. And here's the moon showing up before the flash with a nice look at the debris field. And this isn't even one of the higher resolution cameras, I don't believe. Here you can see the debris field here. And what's this stuff moving here? 5-minute increments. Do the stars move that quickly? I don't think so. Okay, here's Tierra del Sol. Somewhat cloudy out there, but we're getting a great image here of the Nibiru sun being reflected by the moon, or projected, refracted, whatever you want to call it. There it is, a nice color image. So it tells me it's getting closer to the moon, which that one summary today single column I believe showed us. A little bit closer. Say it's maybe closer to the moon now than it is the sun. Here we can see the debris field somewhat. Down here in the single column image, we have it ghosting through. Still too early for the false dawn to show up. And I submit to you that this is it right here. That'd be the Nibiru sun. There's some debris field coming through, it looks like. Over here as well. You got the single column image. That's pretty much, well, here it is here. We can definitely see it above the sun. And just catching it now here above the moon. So we're going to draw this thing straight across. Trying to go as straight as I can here, folks. So looks like the sun image is coming in a little bit higher than the moon. So now I think yesterday you could maybe just flip-flop those two observations. So that's how much it's moved. About this much. Maybe a quarter inch relative, or an eighth of an inch relative to this picture. And I would submit to you it's now showing up closer to the moon. Trying to go straight across here. See where it's hitting? Bottom portion of the image on the under the sun. There's a nice winged image coming through, floating through the picture there. That's it, folks. It's showing up higher on the horizon now. Here's the sun over here. Here's this thing. And we're pretty much in its headlights. But it looks like it's coming up a little bit higher relative to the horizon. Quite a bit, actually. It was maybe just barely showing before when I first started making these vids. Here's a good one on the summary of the single day column image. Nothing showing up there. There we go. This is Wilton, New York. Showing up here above the sun. Go straight across. This one could perhaps be a little bit lower. There it is, showing up toward the moon. So it's like I predicted yesterday, it's going to be equidistant, if not a little bit closer now to the moon rather than to the sun, which was vice versa yesterday. It was a little closer to the sun than it was to the moon. Definitely shows some movement there, folks. I would submit to you. Here's Grumpy Moose near Anchorage, Alaska. Blowed it up to 300% just to show you the field lines. Catching some debris field maybe moving through there. That's the moon. Look at these field lines, man. Whew. Showing up pretty strong. Quite strong. That's the Earth's magnetosphere trying to repel this incoming brown dwarf star. And here we get the single column image. Let's see. 1500. So that's the sun there. Let me bring it back down. Yeah, that would be the sun. Not catching it with the moon. This here is just a reflection of the mountain. This here is Earthquake 3D. Free download. If you just Google Earthquake 3D. Here we have just the last 2 days. I got it set on the kilometer, so this shows you the depth of the earthquakes. Look at this one, 566 kilometers. Between 450 and 610, or it's vice versa, 410 and 650, the Earth's mantle is in more of a liquid state due to pressure and temperature. You're not supposed to get earthquakes this deep. That's quite deep, folks. And we had a 6.0 pop off in the Isuzu Islands over there by Japan yesterday. Running out of time. Check you